Yo, firstly, thank you for 238 subs. That is crazy for 9 days. 9 days so far of actually consistently posting and stuff. So I just wanted to take time to appreciate each and every single one of you just watching. So just as simple as watching, liking, commenting, or even subscribing. That helps. But today I just wanted to talk about what I do, the business I do, that I got to this point where I have this car, this house, where I got to, right? And the thing is, in one of the comments I think I saw in my Why I Quit My 9 to 5 is, firstly, just get it out of the way. What do you do, right? So I'm going to show you one of my accounts for what I do. So, surprise, surprise, I do Amazon FBA. And this is a live account. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. Number, yep. Okay, cool. So, that's per month. And then, past 7 days. Looks like that. Alright, cool. Cool, as you can see, it's live. So, if you were to exit this page, real quick, second. Exit, scroll up. You see the Seller Central app. Click that. There you go. So, there you go. I do Amazon FBA, and it's been fulfilling, man. And I don't think I really explained in the 9 to 5 video, quitting, how it feels. And having no one above me telling me what to do and what not to do has been a big relief in my life. So it's at first it was scary. I'm not gonna lie. There were times where I'm like, should I do it? Should I not? And then you have a bunch of friends. I mean, they're looking out for you. They're like, bro, what if this doesn't work? What if this is some scheme? Bro, in the end, it's your life. I keep reiterating this in every single video. It is your life. You choose to make that decision. No one's gonna tell you don't do it, don't and then you listen to them, right? If you listen to them, that's ultimately what it comes down to. But then there's also another analogy. If you're not gonna do it, someone else will. So in this sense, they decided not to do it, so I decided to do it. And now, guess what happens? They start hitting me up yo, put me on. How do I do this? I thought it wasn't gonna work. I thought this wasn't a thing. It all comes down to just we all fear failure. We don't want to do it because we're scared we're gonna get mocked at, laughed at, whatever. And I think one instance that you can think about is, let's say a teacher, right? And the teacher's writing down 10 math equations. He or she gets 9 of them right. The students don't notice or say anything, right? And then once the teacher messes up the last one, everybody points it out, saying, see, that's why it doesn't work. See, you got it wrong. That's, it's the same thing with business, or the gym, or anything that you go through. You can get it right 99% of the time. And then the 1%, they don't have it in themselves to start or do it. So, what's easier? To just talk shit, or just not be very supportive of it, because it's well, I'm never gonna do it, so I'm just gonna tell them the same. It's just a self-projection. If you envy somebody, or you just have this hate towards them, just reflect on yourself. Is it truly because you dislike that person, or is it because he or she is achieving the things that you always talk about, but then you have nothing to show for it, right? Doers and talkers are two different things. You can talk all you want, but if there's no execution behind any of this, how will you ever be anywhere? And in that account that I showed you, 10K per month, it's not an unrealistic goal. Once you hit it, it's the same sense when people actually tell you once you hit your first 100K, it gets easier. And that logic applies to every other field, right? Once you finally know how to reach your first 100K, and now you can restart, and your next 200K will be easier because you have a roadmap to it. You know how you got there. It's the same thing as dieting. Once you learn how to efficiently diet or work out, you can repeat it over and over. Same thing as driving. You don't know how to drive at first, then you finally learn how to drive. And then that repeats itself onto the rest of your life, right? And that's partially why, like, in my bodybuilding video, I kind of cut it short, but in a sense, there was a lot of stress doing it, you know? Like, I was like, dude, this isn't going to make me any money. This isn't going to make me do any of this shit. Should I do it? But in the end, I took out of it the discipline. Like, the discipline I have from getting cut, getting lean, getting the dream body to now having this, it all comes from discipline. It's the mindset, it's the discipline. It's choosing to shut down all the temporary fun for the things that will last in the long run. And I noticed I caught myself in one of the videos, since I don't edit them just yet, whatever. But I said, like, if it's not going to matter in 5 minutes, then who cares? What I meant to say is, if you think about it, like, if it won't matter in 5 years, just drop it after 5 minutes. Like, think about it for 5 minutes. If this isn't going to really make a dent in your life or really going to make a difference, then just drop it. It's the same like when friends come to you, they borrow money, and it's some, like, small amount. If they can't even have the time of day to pay you it back, then that's all it took to get rid of them out of your life. And the other thing is, like, when you start this, or when you start something new and you have a lot of resistance, sometimes you're just going to have to be okay with cutting people off and just not talking to them, because you have a vision, they don't see that vision, and in the end of the day, it is your vision. Like, the reason why I got this car is because it's literally my dream car. And, like, I've had other people talk like, oh, you know, you could have saved that money for real estate, you could have done this and that. But in the end, like, not saying like they should have one, right? But it's like, it's the same thing. Like, don't money manage my own money, you know? Like, that's my own fault. Like, if I spend this and I go bankrupt or whatever, like, that is my own fault. But I did this because younger me wanted this. Like, you know how long it's felt to be like, I can do whatever I want. Like, in November, I go to Japan. Like, we were supposed to go in October, but, you know, surprise, I got a house. So I got to close on the house. And I think in that video, it'll be real fun to actually just sit down in the house. Like, no furniture, no, like, appliances, and just talk. And over the past 2-3 days, I took a break, hung out with my girlfriend, all that stuff, and it's peaceful. Like I was saying in one of those videos, it's good to take a break. Like, you don't have to keep throttling your business to all that stuff. Like, Rome wasn't built in one day. Your dream body won't be built in one day. Your business won't be done in one day, you know? If you have aspirations, like, just do 1% better every day. Don't procrastinate on the things that you have to actually do. If you actually need to, you know, show up to that meeting, book that appointment, get that haircut done, whatever it may be in any profession, in any field, right? Just do it. Like, just starting YouTube. Like, now I'm at 238 subs. Like, like, it's kind of crazy. I was like, oh, you know, I might have 50 after, like, I don't know, 20 videos, 30 videos, you know. But from all the feedback, everybody likes hearing, like, my insights, where I come from, all that stuff. And I didn't come for money. My parents literally came over here, threw a boat, and gave me the life that me and my brother have now, you know? Like, they saved up enough for college tuition for both me and my brother. And I used it, you know? Like, I used the college tuition. I graduated. Like, I graduated from CS. So, you know, humbly speaking, you should not just quit your job and start this side hustle thing before it actually works. Like, you need to actually have some validity that it works, or at least, like, saved up enough cash to where you're not, like, in a financial ruin, right? And once that side hustle over exceeds the normal that you make per month from your actual job, then start considering maybe. But the reason why I quit was because it just mentally drained me. Like, going to 9 to 5 every day, like, showing up, I finished the work in, like, 2 hours. But it's the same shit. They taxed on more job task for my job role. And then I was like, what the fuck? Like, sometimes I would be there past 5, and I was like, that's not my code. Like, I'm supposed to be going home at 5, and it's like, oh, you know, it's for the company. It's like, in hindsight, I don't really care for the company, you know? Like, I love the people there. That's why I stayed for as long as I did, right? But after that, I figured, like, you know what? I just gotta quit. Like, Sure, it paid me and it was easy money, but I think that's the same aspect for any job, like Google. Of course they'll pay you six figures, or they'll pay you some big amount, or like they won't pay you at first, and then once you have the tendency to quit, or like they feel the tension's building up and they feel like you're about to just leave, then they offer it to you, you know? Think about it. Then they finally offer you it, and then you're like, well, let me reconsider and stay, right? And then you're in the same loophole. Because in the end, let's say like you had something, you know, over Google, like you just had something that wasn't patented by them or trademarked or whatever. It's a great idea, and you could probably overthrow them in a couple years. That company rather shill some money over to you, up your pay or whatever, to keep you in that mundane role, because it's just easier. And this lifestyle, I just wanted to say, it's not for everybody, and some people just aren't meant to be leaders or just actually think on their own, because yeah, in business you're not told what to do, you're not instructed, there's not no deadline for anything. Like, you are your own boss, essentially, as everyone says, right? You are your own boss. You set your schedules, you set what you do in 24 hours, and you figure it out. Like, no one's gonna instruct me like, hey bro, you gotta get up, search for products, stuff like that, start your clothing brand, start another stream of income. Like, I have no mom or father figure coming from this aspect, right? Both my parents came from hard work equals hard earned money, right? So I never actually got like the glimpse of like entrepreneurship, right? But going forward, I want to help as many people as I can, like inspire them, and even if these videos, give a little bit of hope into what it could look like if you actually just tried, right? Like, look, people laughed all they want 2 years ago, and now I'm living it. I have transparency to show it. Like, in my 9 to 5 video, I showed one of my accounts, well over six figures. Like, and then I have this account now, 10K per month. Like, it is possible to do what you love doing. You just have to put in the work. And there might not be any fruits of labor, fruits from your labor in a very long time. Like, I have my clothing brand, and yet I still haven't launched. You know why? Because I'm a perfectionist. Like, I was like, I want the best quality, I want this and that. And it's just taking me so long, and like the embroidery for this stuff is just, I love the process though. See, if you enjoy the process, the end outcome, no matter what, will come. Like, as long as you enjoy the entire process. And that's the same thing of like trying to reach financial stability. If you always keep chasing the end goal, like, I'll be happy at 10K, I'll be happy at 20K, I'll be happy at 30K, I'll be happy at 100K in my savings account, or whatever it is, or, in your checkings, or whatever it may be, right? If you always keep setting your happiness to a goal, you'll never be happy. I'm just telling you now. Like, I'm enjoying the process. That my clothing brand isn't up yet. Sure, it's taking a little longer because I don't want to be no generic brand that just slaps on their brand logo. Cause who the fuck am I? Like, no one cares about me. Like, I am just another brand that is just shilling out another logo, right? And I don't want to be like that. I actually want my clothing brand to actually have some utility. And I'll probably make a video, like, probably the next video this time, unless like I close on my house early enough and then I do the house video. But that video is coming soon, talking about the clothing brand, my insights on it, what I learned from it, and that just goes to show, you can always start another stream of income. I'm up to 4 now, so you just got to keep going. And that's my ultimate end goal, because where will partying and all that stuff get you? Nowhere. Like, it's fun every once in a while, but it's just a distraction. And like I said in this video, I'd rather put down the temporary fun to build the life that I want to not take the weekend to forget about. I just want to go through the weekend, go through the weekday, and it's the same. I don't have to change anything. My life is the life that I want, instead of trying to escape it. The moment it's like, oh, thank God it's Friday. I'm gonna go drink. I'm gonna go like hang out with friends and all that shit. Like, sometimes it's gonna be lonely. You just gotta lock in. And yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it here. Thank you guys for listening. And yeah, peace.